out here in the lake of fact, breaking tables like it's poetry. Where else would you rather be? Pinto Ron, Elvis, and the lay poncho. The members that you need to know. I want you out here now, your family. Where else would you rather be? Where else would you rather be?
Welcome to the Nickel City Group. I am your host, Rob Crippen. Please like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Nickel City Group. This episode, along with all of our episodes, are presented by Crippen Legacy Entertainment here on Spreaker and StreamYard. We are so happy that you're joining us for some of your Buffalo Bills and NFL content again today. And as always, these are my Bills thoughts said out loud.
It's a vibe so ridiculous. Since 12 plus 83 was 6. The shout rocking like a symphony. Where else would you rather be?
All right, let's get straight to it. DT in the building, my co-host riding shotgun. Boy, I am really, really excited for today's live episode. I have had some nervous energy this entire week. The stakes of what is going on tonight has kind of been getting to me, but in a positive way as well. I think it's some of the finality that the season could be over tonight. A small chance, and it's just kind of got me all over the place. But my vibes are feeling great today. I'm feeling really optimistic about tonight's chances. After last night's results with Pittsburgh winning, we really know what we got to do. So at 1 o'clock, we will get a lot more clarity. By 4 o'clock, we'll know exactly what needs to happen. Joining me today, riding shotgun, as always, my co-host, Adam Dump Truck Rupsick. Check him out on Instagram at Adam Rupsick, RUPCZYK. Holla at the crew, DT, from 330 Linden, the Bachelor Pad. What's good, DT? How about
Nickel City? What's up? What's up, Nickel City? Happy New Year. Happy game day to you, Robin. Woo! Let's go, man. Woke up, pumped up. We got all day. We got 8:30 to get to it. And like you said, we'll know exactly what needs to happen. So a different type of vibe in this game day. We've been playing the playoffs for a few weeks now, though. So let's lock in and get ready to roll today.
Yeah, we definitely have been in playoff mode. It's funny because I was looking at my notes, and then I was talking with you, before earlier, and it's crazy. When the Bills were at 6-6, I had no idea that we would be looking at this type of scenario, to be completely honest. And, I don't really know who honestly could have as well. Things looked doom and gloom at that point in time. The season was kind of on the brink, for lack of a better term. And really the Bills rattled off 4 straight, and we're looking down the barrel of an AFC East championship, 4th consecutive. And I never would have thought that it would have been, a possibility, DT, but it's really all right here in front of us down in South Beach tonight. The Bills, again, they win today. They are the number 2 seed tonight in the AFC East and win the conference once again, win the division, And it's really something crazy because the way that the season was going, DT, it just looked like the offense couldn't get their stuff together. The defense wasn't looking, that great and losing some games for us. And it all kind of tipped upside down. And now we've got an opportunity, man, to kind of right all of the wrongs. Everything would be forgiven if the Bills can go out and get that win tonight. Everything is forgiven.
Yeah, and they don't owe us, as fans. They owe themselves, and in secondary they owe us because they played with our emotions all year, Rob. We come in with another, high expectations and roll in, and the games we're losing in the beginning of the year were kind of BS, and we were beating ourselves, and then it was a little comfort because we're beating ourselves so we can get better, but then it kept happening. So it was like maybe we're just not that good, and then we started to roll, and they bring us back in, and every game's been a nail biter, and man, this team's beating us up, Rob, beating up the hearts, taking some years off the Mafia and Nickel City Crew's life because it's been a back and forth, and now they are where we expected them to be. But, it's a coin flip and do or die to get it done. It's who's going to want it more. So I would like to say they owe themselves and they owe us second, but they got to give us something back for the hell they put us through this year, right, Rob? Like
you ain't
either
lying.
Be bad or be good, and they've taken us all the way to Week 18. Last game, what is it? 277 NFL games or something like that, and this is it.
Last one.
All comes down. So come on, give us a little something, Rob.
I love it. As we get ready to get into the show today, we wanted to bring this to you, and it was really important because I know that we missed on Thursday, but we were both a little bit busy. But we wanted to make sure that we touched it with the fan base before we got a chance to. So again, shout out to Jay Spence the King, who hooked us up with Justice General. Salute to the General over there at Buffalo Fan Base that we simulcast on. We just had him on last week, and we had a great time chopping it up with him. And it's funny because we'll lay it out for you, Bills Mafia, Nickel City Crew. It's pretty simple. So last night, the Pittsburgh Steelers beat the backups of the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore on a rainy day. It was a really crappy game. Yeah, it was a gross game, and it was wet, and TJ Watt goes down for the Steelers. So even if they make the playoffs, they're going to have to deal with that. But again, because Pittsburgh wins, this is how it works now. You got to tune in at 1 o'clock. I know that you may not be really interested in Jacksonville and Tennessee, but you need to keep that game at least on refresh because that's going to be a big deal. What happens is that if Jacksonville wins, they will be the AFC South champion, and they will go ahead and be into the playoffs and lock it in for themselves as well as the 4 seed. Now, if they lose to Tennessee some way, somehow, then what's going to happen is that all of the marbles are still on the table for tonight, but the Bills will get a chance to back into the playoffs with a loss. However, if Jacksonville wins like they are, favored to do, I think that that Trevor Lawrence is back. At that point in time, Nickel City Crew, it's it, Bills Mafia. That's it. If you lose, it's over. So you've got to go ahead and take care of business tonight. The stakes couldn't be higher, DT. And that I think that's one of the reasons why I had some nervous energy. I was talking with people on Twitter this week, and they're talking about like, oh man, Bills Mafia, we don't hear you. Why we don't hear you all this week? And I'm like, man, I think it's just the nervous energy. I think DT, it's the dichotomy of AFC East champs 4 times in a row, and we own Miami and we're their daddy, to the season's over. And tomorrow on WGR, everybody is talking about everything that they're upset about. Why did the season go this way? What is wrong? And I promise you, man, just that dichotomy, man, it's nerve-wracking, DT. I mean, the staunchest and the most optimistic of Bills fans can at least agree with that. It's the mind one.
I'm with you, Rob, and I'm with the nervous energy. Try to keep it level all week, and the weekend we start to ramp it up. But for me, this game isn't about Miami. It's not about beating Miami and solidifying us as the best. It's about us, earning it from what we had to deal with the past 2 years to the adversity. We keep coming out and taking hits and getting it done. There was a study this week that came out with like the most unlucky teams in the NFL. I don't know if you've seen this. I got to send it to you. And it basically breaks down, luck plays, like bounces that go ways and timing situations and weather situations. And the Bills are the unluckiest team in the NFL over the last 5 years in these unlucky situations. Yeah. So it feels like we're all, we talk about the curse, if you will, and all this stuff always going wrong, but it feels like we're always behind the 8 ball. But something that's been a little different other than the playoffs so far with this team and Josh Allen's and McDermott's life has been, winning these games and fighting through that adversity to be the lead dog. So it's more about us kind of overcoming the adversity over the last 2 years, I think, than solidifying like, oh, we beat the Dolphins and they've been running their mouth and think they're good and we take it back. So that's where I'm at. Like this is a organizational win tonight. This is absolutely needed for the organization to kind of, our MO of fighting through adversity and winning a game like this has to be more about that than, knocking off a rival and win the division. It's more for the legacy, if you will, tonight. Not to get too deep into it, but that's what I'm feeling.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you, and I understand exactly what you're talking about. It's kind of a way to kind of exercise some demons and some things that in the past that you weren't able to get over the hump. And one of the things about it is that they always tell us that we're not able to get it done, and we're always the second, and we're never the first, and we're always a bridesmaid, never the bride, and it's one of those situations where I want that type of feeling for the city. I want that type of thing for the fan bases because of the fact that I'm dedicated. I'm into the Mafia. I'm season ticket holder all the way down here in Charlotte, and I drive up like a maniac and all that type of stuff. So I've been doing that since 2009. You know what I mean? So I want some type of payoff. I want this to work, and I know that it's funny because we always talk about we never know when it's going to be our year. You know what I mean? Until it happens. So sometimes you can see it coming. And I know a couple of years ago we were the prohibitive favorite, but you never know when it's going to be your year. We stick into the playoffs. I think that we are a dangerous team. I think that we can get something done. And again, we talked with just this last week, who really, scares us in the conference. And, Baltimore looks great and all that other type of stuff, but I'll put my chips on Josh Allen. I'll put my chips on the Bills if any type of situation comes up, whether it's home or away. And I just want to get into the dance. I want them to be a part of the tournament. You can't win it if you don't qualify. And that's really where my focus is. So as we transition, DT, we'll quickly go over last week. I know that everybody is focused on tonight, and I understand that, but we want to kind of set it up as well. Bills win 27-21 over the New England Patriots last week at home in the final regular season game for the home crowd. And DT, it was ugly, but we talked about it before. We named the episode the way that we did, style points be damned, last week, and it really didn't matter. But the only thing that I can really take away from it, to be honest, DT, is that 17 was inconsistent. He was off. He admittedly so said that it was one of his worst games, and he looked like it. Now, it's been a few weeks of this, DT, but I'm wondering as we head into tonight, is this something that we can dismiss as, just bad performances or whatever the case may be? I know that Josh has kind of had that up and down year, and that's one of the most consistent things about this inconsistent season for him is that the ups and the ebbs and the flows have been there. But when you really, peel back some of the layers, he's a MVP type quarterback, caliber quarterback. I mean, I can't believe he didn't make the Pro Bowl, whatever. That's a popularity contest. We don't even need to get into that. But 40 touchdowns, 42 touchdowns total. He leads the league like he's got the actual juice to do whatever he wants to do on the field. And that's one of the reasons why we can be so confident in the Bills' chances. But he hasn't really been on, DT, and it's kind of been alarming because last week was probably one of the worst games I've seen him play since his rookie year.
Yeah, I mean, the question kind of came up this year of, man, like not me personally, but I think in the media overall, the question came up of, is he a Carson Wentz? Is he a Phillip Rivers? Like a
Right.
great talent, great leader, but doesn't have that it mode, And it's like, I could never really get on that bandwagon because we've seen him put on this cape and do some miraculous things, so many times. And this year it's been a quietly, statistically leading year for him, with kind of everything is right where it is. The
Right.
games they lose, he kind of flipped the switch at some point. It was a little late in a lot of them, but he had the lead in a lot of those games, and then there was the defense kind of letting them down late in the game, and there was obviously a lot of other factors, but it seems like he's always, he squashed the narrative. He's not a Carson Wentz or a Phillip Rivers. He always kind of flips that switch when they need to. It's been a little late this season when it's come, but now I just feel like this is the confidence I'm feeling today is because of 1-7. It's because I feel like he can flip into that Superman mode if he needs to. And last year against the Dolphins, when he literally had to, and those early years in his career when he was just winning games for us, and I think he knows what we talked about, the legacy of this game, the what it means to his legacy and what it could mean to this Bills team who could make a run. They're very capable of, could win the bowl if they get in, and we both agree on that. So that's where my confidence is coming with 1-7 today. He can put that cape on when he needs. He's not going to let it happen for us to lose this game. And you can say what you want about the year, and there's been ups and downs, but tonight he's not going to let it happen for us to lose the game.
I love it.
That's what gets me pumped up, and that's where you have a franchise and an elite quarterback, the greats. When Tom Brady was going into this game, to win his 12th AFC East championship in a row or whatever it was, you knew they were going to win, and Josh has to get to that point where he knows he's going to win this game and give the team the confidence going into the playoffs, into a home game, and just take care of business today. So that's all pretty much. I mean, the defense is playing good. There's a lot of other things I like about this team right now, but my main confidence as I wake up and I'm talking to you this morning, Rob, is 1-7. Squat. You're not Phillip Rivers. You're not Carson Wentz. You're 1-7. You're Buffalo's savior. Put the cape on. Get us a division tonight.
I love it. I love it. If you want to interact with us, check us out on Twitter again, and check us out on StreamYard. You could hit us up in the comments, and I'd love to interact with you guys this morning as well, and see exactly what your thoughts are. How nervous are you, Bills Mafia? Are you confident like DT? Are you confident in the fact that the Bills can get this thing done tonight? Again, all the marbles, all the different cliches have already been said, and this is for everything, the whole kit and caboodle. But it really is that kind of situation. Again, depending on what happens at 1 o'clock with the Jags and the Titans, we'll see. Now, as we transition, DT, just a few takeaways from last week's game, ladies and gentlemen. Your cornerback one, Rasul Douglas. I mean, this dude, man, this might be one of the best bean moves that I've seen in recent years. Obviously, besides Stephon Diggs. I mean, to get a guy that comes in and literally just injects instant production is something that is just to behold. Like, I don't care what happens. You see Trey White right behind me. He's one of my favorite Bills. And we hope him a speed of recovery, comes back healthy from his injury again, another one. So it's really tough for him. But I mean, I really feel much better about the whole situation, knowing that Rasul Douglas is in town, because of the fact that we've got him for another year. We've got an option to go ahead and extend him to get that cap number down next year if we need to as well, to help out with our cap situation, which we know is a little bit strenuous now that Josh is starting to get that back next year. DT, the cat is always around. This motherfucker is always around the ball.
Yeah.
He's always making plays. He's always hawking. And I just love his energy, and I love the fact that he is so smart. That one play where he peels off and makes sure last week that he, takes that pick off of that bad pass from Zappe. Like, I just love his awareness. It has to be, if it was Madden, it'd be a 98, 99. His awareness is through the roof. I love it. That's your quarterback. That's your cornerback one, man.
Bean's taken some criticism, not as much as Sean McDermott, but Bean's taken a little bit of criticism with some picks that have been kicking around the team that aren't hitting it. I texted you after the game on Sunday. I think this Rasul Douglas move makes him safe for the indefinite future. I mean, this dude can ball out, and it also speaks. I mean, critical of McDermott, but again, we'll give him props too. Speaks honest to his defense, and you come in as a good player, you can make plays in this defense, and it shows exactly what it is. I mean, he just needed, he's talked about it, Rasul Douglas, all year. He needs the confidence of the backups, behind him, and the safeties behind him, and the line getting pressure in front of him, and then it kind of just lets him go out and eat and play his best. So give credit to Sean McDermott's defense, where a good player can come in and be good, and we're seeing the benefits of that with 31. I mean, what a game. I mean, the pick six, and he really should have had a couple more this year. He's kind of just – he's going to get to the point where teams are stopping to throw to him, and that's only going to help us.
Yeah, no, it's been really fun to watch him play. Like I said, his instincts, I think it's his ball instincts, his awareness, picking up that fumble. He actually had the tip before the Ed Oliver interception that caused it. I mean, he's just all over the field, and I just love his instincts. I love the way that he sees the field, he sees the offense, and he kind of thinks like a quarterback. Like he knows and kind of anticipates what these guys are thinking, and he's able to peel off of routes. Like I said, sometimes playing zone and then just making waves. Now, another guy. Tip the hat. One of my favorite Buffalo Bills, Ed Oliver, DT. I mean, I mean, come on. I mean, ride him, cowboy. I mean, this cat, man, he's something else, because I had tweeted like right after that one-handed pick that he is everything that I wanted Marcel Darius to be. The motor, the want to, the awareness, everything about Ed Oliver screams, all pro to me. You know what I mean? And again, the Pro Bowl, whatever, that's a popularity contest. But I swear, Ed Oliver's having his best season as a Buffalo Bill. And what does it say, really? The fact that he's doing this right after he got the bag.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
See, motherfuckers get the bag and then they slough off. And Marcel Darius was chief among them. He signs that big deal from Whaley, and then all of a sudden we don't see him anymore. And he's, we just don't notice him anymore. And he's just not giving that same type of effort. And the one thing that I really can respect about Ed Oliver is the fact that he loves to play football. He loves to mix it up in the middle. And I know that he's so happy that Daquan Jones is back. Day is back, and it's going to only help him out as we propel into the playoffs, because of the fact that this cat is just something else, man. He is something else. I love his motor and how he gets after it. And what an amazing interception that he had the other night.
The energy, baby. He's if you will, the Stephon Diggs on defense. The player that every single play is how hard 100% every time. And huge credit to him with getting the bag and then having his best season, as opposed to having your best season, getting the bag, and then tailing off like we saw with Marcel Darius. So I love it. I love the new, when the crowd getting into it, we're waving, riding the cowboy. It's his new, like, everything about it is pure in a franchise type player. And the energy he brings with that defensive line is with Jones getting back, and everybody kind of only gets better. I mean, Tim Settle plays a lot better when Ed Oliver's in the rotation with Daquan Jones, and then Rousseau is able to kind of get inside a little more with that too. So I love it. I love the whole atmosphere, and I'm glad that really didn't. It could have went three ways, right? He could have went downhill after he got the bag. He could have petered out, and then he could have played great. And he's the only defensive lineman on contract, right, Rob? So he knows he's the long stay here on this defensive line, and he's going to be the face of it. And I love it, man. It's a great celebration on Sunday in the stadium, dude. When he had it, literally without even looking, everybody around just doing it. It's an awesome thing. Awesome TikTok, Bills Mafia. It's just something to add to our repertoire.
Yeah, man, it's awesome to watch him play. And like I said, I really enjoy his energy. And like that's what I meant by that tweet was like I loved Marcel Darius when he was drafted. I thought he was a beast. He started out his career as a beast, and then all of a sudden he just got lackadaisical. He got that money, and it just changed his whole outlook. And I think it speaks to the character of Ed Oliver, the fact that he just got paid and he's playing harder than ever. So I love it. Squish the Fish week.
He was questioned for that. He was questioned for giving effort in the early part of his career, and had some personal issues coming in, in Houston and everything else. So, good for him to kind of break through and be our guy.
Yeah. As we transition and begin to wrap up a little bit, DT, it's Squish the Fish week. This is it. The Dolphins are kind of limping into this game, DT, health-wise. Now, it'll be interesting to monitor. I know that Mostert is banged up. Waddle's banged up. We know that, the Cheetah is banged up. He's been in a walking boot, and he's had a crazy week as well down there in South Beach. What do you think with the injuries and how it's going to play a part in tonight's game? Because, I don't want the Bills to look at it as they don't have all of their guys, so let's take our foot off the gas. Again, I want that mentality from back earlier in the year, the 48-20 drubbing, where it seemed like McDermott, again, understood the moment from the very beginning, let the offensive coordinator, Ken Dorsey at the time, continue to push his foot on the gas pedal. And again, all it took was a couple of stops. It was a back-and-forth game. After 21-21, we already talked about a DT. After that game, it seemed like the Bills understood that they had to make sure that they kept the ball rolling. They kept scoring. And because of that, you never let these guys get into a groove. And come second half, the game was out of hand. So I'm looking for pedal to the metal, everything on the gas today. All gas, no brakes. I really am looking for that to be the moniker from tonight, and it needs to be from kickoff, to be honest. So what do you think about the injuries for Miami? Because it seems like they got some significant guys banged up, and it could affect the game.
Well, Rob, even if these guys play, we already got the edge on it, right? Because this has been it's been a distraction, if you will, all week. Are they playing? Are they not playing?
Yep.
Let's game plan you in. Let's game plan you out. Let's make sure other guys are getting reps just in case you don't play. But let's make sure you're getting reps if you do. It's totally, the distraction is, are you playing or are you not playing, as opposed to getting prepared to face, one of the best defenses and offenses in the Buffalo Bills on Sunday night. So I think we already have the edge with, no matter what happens. If the guys come out and they're in, they're in, but they haven't had a full week of practice and they weren't focused as much as, if they were going to be in all week. So on the Bill side of things, I think exactly what you said. Play it like they're full bore. Play it, even if Jacksonville loses, you got to play like it's do or die tonight and go in and run it up just like that week 4, dropping at home. And I'd be shocked if Miami gives that to us again and, lets us hit their weak spots like we did in the week 4, but you got to come out with that same mentality. So I'm all about that. I think we have the edge because it's been a distraction from the start all week from the Miami Dolphins.
All right. Well, I've got 2 Nickel City Cruise original members here that want to say what's up, and we've got to let them do it because my ride or die. It's funny, I talk about him all the time. DT, Nate, he just is by my side all the time watching these games. He's going to do it again. He's just made the elite football team down here for 7-on-7. He's the quarterback, and he's got practice tonight from 6 to 8. And then he said, "Dad, I'll be right back to watch." So come holler at the crew, Nate. You want to come holler at the crew? Come on in. Holler at the crew. Say what's up to Bills Mafia, man. What's up?
What's up, Nate?
Ain't nothing much.
Bills gonna get a win today?
Let's go. Yeah.
You think so? Talking to the mic.
What's up? What's good? What are you feeling? What do you think's gonna happen tonight?
Bills are winning tonight. 31-27.
Oh, he's got scores for you.
Yeah, you got another heart wrencher on us.
Josh Allen's throwing for over 300 passing yards.
What?
Let's go.
And you see Quincy, the final one here. Bobby's already gone to a birthday party, but you see Quincy in the building. You say what's up to Nickel City Crew? Bill's gonna win tonight?
Boys?
Yeah. What they gonna Josh Allen gonna do the thing tonight? Stephon Diggs gonna do the thing?
Yes.
He's a little nervous.
Good.
The
Hey,
Crippin' Kings are getting ready, man. They're getting ready to. They just had breakfast and
love
they're
it.
getting ready to get their Bills gear on and get loose for the game. So, thanks for saying what's up to the crew, man. I love it. 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 I
Hey
love it.
guys,
All right.
big
Well,
day, big
oh man,
day.
it's a huge day. Huge day.
Hey, last time we were together on game day, remember that Naeem Hines house call to start it. So
Oh
let's
man,
let's
he
have
loves it.
another nice special teams day today.
I know that's right. I know that's right, man. As we continue and about to wrap up, DT, it's been so much fun. This year has been a crazy year, and I know that you and I haven't got a chance to hook up as much as we wanted to, but it's been such a fun year, and I just wanted to let you know, man, that I love your fandom. You're my brother from another mother, and I just you're my Bill's best friend, man. Like I love it, and I'm really excited about 2024. I was talking with General, and he's got some big plans for us as well here on Fanbase, and I'm really excited about the future here. And it's just I just don't want this season to end tonight, DT. I really don't. I want to get back up there for the playoffs and see you, man, again. And I don't want this to be the end. So I'm sending all my positive energy down to South Beach, man. I am looking for this to be be it, man. I cannot let this season end tonight, man. I cannot imagine what it's going to be like if the season is over tonight. So I'm sending all my positive vibes down to South Beach, DT. I don't know about you, man.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. We gotta, give this team credit for the past couple of years because it's given us content. If this was in the drought, this would be a lot harder to have Nickel City crew and get up here every week and talk about this squad. So let's give credit to this team for giving us some content, giving us this energy, that we love. But yeah, it's no matter, like I said, no matter I've said it all week. If Even if Pittsburgh wins and Jacksonville wins, this has to be a do or die mentality tonight. We are the hungrier team. We are the better team. We are, all have the most bite. We're running faster. Everything has got to be better tonight to beat the
Yeah.
Dolphins. As a lot of distraction coming in, and Mafia's down there strong, man. That's
Yeah, I
getting
heard
pumped up too.
they said Vivid Seats said now they said Vivid Seats was like 53% now. What is
And that's
Vivid Seats? That doesn't they don't cover all of the different secondary markets, do they? Vivid Seats? I don't know how that works.
yeah, no, exactly. So I don't know about that, but I still think tickets bought in Buffalo,
Yeah. Oh no,
right?
it's definitely with with Buffalo zip codes. I just
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
know how much that
So that
represents
doesn't even
of the
count
entire stadium.
how accurate it is. That doesn't even count the people that are already down in Florida that are going to this game.
True,
People
true,
that live
true.
there. A
The
lot of
snowbirds, yep.
transplants down from New York anyway are down there ready to rock. And this is
Right.
snowbird season right after Christmas. Everyone
Right.
that is snowbirding is down in Florida. So I think there's going to be, if that number was accurate, we might see upwards of like 70%
Oh my
of
gosh.
Mafia.
In their
And that's
own stadium,
that's
that
where
is
it's at,
crazy.
baby.
That's
And
wild, man.
it's not 200 degrees like last year. Nice, cool 65 degrees under the
Yeah.
lights. South Beach, baby. The
What
vibe
you
is
want?
there. And
What else you want,
1-7 and the
man?
boys come out with a little, let's
Yeah.
go.
Little Rick Ross energy. I mean, what else do you
Yeah.
want, though? I mean, this is for professional athletes. This is what if you have any pride, this is what this is for what you want it for. I mean, all the, I think about that whole, Bill Parcells. This is what you lift all them damn weights for and stuff like that. Like this is the moment where you want to show up. This is the moment where it's backs against the wall. And how do you perform when the pressure is the brightest? And how do you perform when, what do we talk about? Pressure bust pipes. Like, how are you going to perform? And I know that, I'll keep everything positive. I won't talk about McDermott today or anything like that. But, I did notice that, Josh Allen last week wanted to go for it on those fourth downs. I noticed how he was looking to the sky coming off the field, on the 4th and 1 or 4th and 2. And it was like two different situations where I looked and I was like, okay, I'll keep that in the back of my mind because you already know I got a thing for McDermott. And like, I don't want you to shrink, in big moments. I know that it's win or go home. I know that it's a situation where your backs are against the wall, but I want to make sure that you understand the moment as well and go seize it. Don't wait for your opportunity. Go take your opportunity. And I'm really looking forward to see what the Bills do tonight because I think that they can show up. I know that they're capable of it. And that's if one thing that this season has taught me personally as a Bills fan is that I know that this team currently constructed can win any game. I really believe that against the Niners, against the Ravens, whatever the case may be. But I also know that this team can fuck up and lose to anybody as well. So that's the only part that makes me nervous because of the fact that I don't want them to look at the injuries that Miami has, DT, and think that this is something where they could take their foot off the gas a little bit. Everything down, all gas, no brakes tonight for sure. I don't want any type of I don't want to leave anything to chance. How about that? I think that the best way that I can describe it. I don't want to leave anything to chance. I want to make sure that we understand the moment and make sure that we go after it.
Yeah, I mean, you have to look at this as, you're owed, you're owed something with this team. Like they shouldn't have to be in this situation, right? They shouldn't have to be
Damn
in
right.
this
You damn
situation.
right.
So let's go just get ourselves clean. Let's go get ourselves clean. We got our lifeline. It's
Yeah.
it's week 18 at 8:30. That's your lifeline. Get on the lifeline, get back on the boat, and let's ride it to the Super Bowl. But you got to jump on that lifeline because they were in the water, Rob. We were deep. We were at 6-6, man. At 6-6, I was still treading my feet, but
Yeah, man.
I wasn't far from just crossing the arms and going under there. All of us, as much as we tried to
You ain't
stay as
lying, man.
positive,
Yeah.
and
I was
and all
down.
the other drama and BS we had to deal with through all that. That was some shit. But it's do or die. Chip on your shoulder. The lifeline's out. The lifeline's 8:30 Sunday night, week 18, and you got to take it.
I can't wait, man. I really can't wait. Shout out to the Nickel City crew, the faithful. You guys know who you are, man. Big Ben. I don't want to shout everybody out by name, but you guys know who you are, man. Josh
Yeah.
Clue. I mean, Seth Brown out there in area. All those guys that have been following us since the beginning. We really do appreciate you guys. We really do appreciate your love and your support. Again, check us out. Comment. Like it, subscribe, all the other stuff that they tell us to do. We got big plans coming up in 2024, so we're really excited for this season. We do not want it to end tonight. I'm sending all my positive mojo down to South Beach, man. Let's go get this dub tonight. DT, man, you know I wish I was there with you, man. Above, we could go ahead and enjoy this game together, man. But other than that, man, I'll catch you, man, at the playoffs, man. How about that, man? I'll catch you at the playoffs, man.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
4 straight AFC East championship. I'll see you at the playoffs, man.
2 seed. Let's lock in. Let's get the tailgate together and just business as usual. And tonight you take care of it. So don't overdo this game tonight either. It's big, and you need to know the aura of it, but go in with expectation of victory. Go in with expectation of dominance. We thought we saw ourselves as a division champs preseason. Let's go get that, and this is what we should be doing. This is what we should be doing. So let's take this game seriously, but not give it too big. And then next week, just regular business. We out at the tailgate. We doing it right. Let's get the turkey in the oil. Let's base it up on Saturday, and let's keep it rolling.
Yeah, shoot it up like Barry Bonds. I like it. I like it. Man, out there, please, man, everybody be safe. Spread love, not hate. These were my Bills thoughts said out loud. Hit them with a Go Bills, DT. I mean, we've been here all season long, man, since the preseason.
11-6 AFC East champs. Go Bills.
Go Bills, man. Peace, man. I love y'all, man. Y'all be good today. Enjoy the game tonight.